Question 1. What year was the Magna Carta originally issued? A. 1215, B. 1066, C. 1320, D. 1485. Answer: A. 1215. The Magna Carta, a cornerstone of modern democracy and justice, was originally issued in the year 1215. Question 2. Name the battle in 1066 that marked the beginning of Norman rule in England. A. The Battle of Agincourt, B. The Battle of Hastings, C. The Battle of Bosworth Field, D. The Battle of Yorktown. Answer: B. The Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 marked the beginning of Norman rule in England. Question 3. Who was the English monarch at the time of the Spanish Armada? A. Queen Elizabeth, the One Saint, B. King Henry VIII, C. Queen Victoria, D. King James, the One Saint. Answer: A. Queen Elizabeth, the One Saint. Queen Elizabeth I was the monarch during the time of the Spanish Armada in 1588. Question 4. In what year did the English Civil War begin? A. 1642, B. 1534, C. 1776, D. 1455. Answer: A. 1642. The English Civil War began in the year 1642. Question 5. What was the main outcome of the Glorious Revolution? A. The establishment of the Commonwealth, B. The signing of the Magna Carta, C. The restoration of the monarchy, D. The establishment of constitutional monarchy. Answer: D. The establishment of constitutional monarchy. The main outcome of the Glorious Revolution was the establishment of a constitutional monarchy in England. Question 6. Who was the first Prime Minister of Great Britain? A. William Pitt the Younger, B. Sir Robert Walpole, C. Benjamin Disraeli, D. Winston Churchill. Answer: B. Sir Robert Walpole. Sir Robert Walpole is often considered the first Prime Minister of Great Britain. Question 7. During which years did the Victorian era take place? A. 1837 to 1901, B. 1701 to 1755, C. 1485 to 1603, D. 1910 to 1936. Answer: A. 1837 to 1901. The Victorian era took place from 1837 to 1901 during the reign of Queen Victoria. Question 8. What was the main purpose of the Reform Acts passed in the 19th century? A. To establish the Church of England, B. To grant independence to American colonies, C. To expand the electoral franchise, D. To abolish the slave trade. Answer: C. To expand the electoral franchise. The main purpose of the Reform Acts passed in the 19th century was to expand the electoral franchise and make the British parliamentary system more representative. Question 9. Who was the British monarch during World War I? A. Queen Elizabeth II, B. King George V, C. King Edward VII, D. Queen Victoria. Answer: B. King George V. King George V was the British monarch during World War I. Question 10. What treaty marked the end of the First World War for Britain? A. The Treaty of Versailles, B. The Treaty of Paris, C. The Treaty of Ghent, D. The Treaty of Tordesillas. Answer: A. The Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles marked the end of the First World War for Britain and its allies. Question 11. In what year did women in the UK gain the right to vote at the same age as men? A. 1918. B. 1928. C. 1969. D. 1944. Answer: B. 1928. In 1928, women in the UK gained the right to vote at the same age as men. Question 12. What was the main reason for the formation of the United Nations? A. To prevent future world wars. B. To establish trade agreements. C. To promote European unity. D. To manage colonial territories. Answer: A. To prevent future world wars. The main reason for the formation of the United Nations was to prevent future world wars and to promote peace and cooperation among nations. Question 13. Name the operation that marked the beginning of the Allied invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe in 1944. A. Operation Barbarossa. B. Operation Market Garden. C. Operation Overlord. D. Operation Torch. Answer: C. Operation Overlord. Operation Overlord, also known as D-Day, marked the beginning of the Allied invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe in 1944. Question 14. When was the National Health Service, NHS, established? A. 1948. B. 1952. C. 1960. D. 1935. Answer: A. 1948. The National Health Service, NHS, was established in 1948 to provide healthcare services to all UK citizens based on need, rather than the ability to pay. Question 15. What significant event in British history happened in 1952? A. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. B. The Suez Crisis. C. The end of rationing post-World War II. D. The Great Smog of London. Answer: A. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. In 1952, Queen Elizabeth II ascended to the throne, marking the beginning of her reign. Question 16. Who was the British Prime Minister at the start of the Second World War? A. Winston Churchill. B. Neville Chamberlain. C. Clement Attlee. D. Harold Wilson. Answer: B. Neville Chamberlain. Neville Chamberlain was the British Prime Minister at the start of the Second World War in 1939. Question 17. Name the process of decolonization that took place in Africa in the 1950s and 1960s. A. The African Renaissance. B. The Scramble for Africa. C. The Wind of Change. D. Pan-Africanism. Answer: C. The Wind of Change. The phrase, the wind of change, refers to the process of decolonization in Africa during the 1950s and 1960s. Question 18. When did the UK join the European Economic Community, EC? A. 1973. B. 1957. C. 1984. D. 1992. Answer: A. 1973. The UK joined the European Economic Community, EC, which later became the European Union, in 1973. Question 19. What was the primary aim of the Good Friday Agreement? A. To establish the European Union. B. To address economic disparities in Northern Ireland. C. To end the conflict in Northern Ireland. D. To create a devolved government in Scotland. Answer: C. To end the conflict in Northern Ireland. The primary aim of the Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998, was to end the conflict in Northern Ireland and establish a framework for political peace. Question 20. When did the Bank of England gain independence? A. 1997. B. 1946. C. 2008. D. 1971. Answer: A. 1997. The Bank of England gained independence in 1997, granting it the authority to set interest rates independently of the British government. Question 21. What is the principle of the rule of law in the UK Constitution? A. The monarchy has absolute power. B. Laws are passed directly by the Prime Minister. C. All individuals and authorities are subject to and accountable to law. D. Only Parliament can make or change laws. Answer: C. All individuals and authorities are subject to and accountable to law. The principle of the rule of law means that everyone in the country, including the government, must follow the law. Question 22. Explain the term constitutional monarchy. A. A system where the monarch has absolute power. B. A government system based on the elected monarch. C. A monarchy governed by a constitution where the monarch has limited powers. D. A monarchy where laws are created by the monarch alone. Answer: C. A monarchy governed by a constitution where the monarch has limited powers. The UK is a constitutional monarchy, meaning the monarch has limited powers and acts on the advice of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. Question 23. What role does the Prime Minister play in the UK government? A. The ceremonial head of state. B. The head of the judiciary. C. The leader of the majority party in Parliament and head of the government. D. The Speaker of the House of Commons. Answer: C. The leader of the majority party in Parliament and head of the government. The Prime Minister is the leader of the majority party in Parliament and is responsible for running the UK government. Question 24. Name the Houses of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. A. The Senate and the House of Representatives. B. The House of Lords and the House of Commons. C. The Federal Assembly and the National Council. D. The Senate and the National Assembly. Answer: B. The House of Lords and the House of Commons. The Parliament of the United Kingdom consists of two houses, the House of Lords and the House of Commons. Question 25. What is the difference between civil law and criminal law? A. Civil law deals with disputes between individuals, while criminal law deals with crimes against the state. B. Civil law is based on legislation, while criminal law is based on judicial decisions. C. Civil law involves the government exclusively, while criminal law involves private parties. D. Civil law is enforced by the police, while criminal law is not. Answer: A. Civil law deals with disputes between individuals, while criminal law deals with crimes against the state. Civil law resolves disputes between individuals or organizations, whereas criminal law pertains to crimes considered offenses against the state or the public. Question 26. How are members of the House of Lords selected? A. Direct election by the public. B. Appointment by the monarch. C. Appointment by the Prime Minister. D. Inheritance and appointment. Answer: D. Inheritance and appointment. Members of the House of Lords are not elected. They inherit their position or are appointed. Question 27. Describe the process of a bill becoming law in the UK. A. Introduction in the House of Commons, review by the House of Lords, and royal assent. B. Royal decree followed by public referendum. C. Approval by the Prime Minister, then by the monarch. D. Introduction in the House of Lords, approval by local councils, and final assent by the Speaker. Answer: A. Introduction in the House of Commons, review by the House of Lords, and royal assent. A bill becomes law in the UK after being introduced in either house, passing through several readings and committee stages in both houses, and receiving royal assent from the monarch. Question 28. What are the responsibilities of the Home Secretary? A. Managing the economy and budget. B. Overseeing foreign relations and diplomacy. C. Internal affairs, including policing, national security, and immigration. D. Education, culture, and sports. Answer. C. Internal affairs, including policing, national security, and immigration. The Home Secretary is responsible for internal affairs in the UK, including policing, national security, and immigration. Question 29. Who is the head of the Church of England? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Archbishop of Canterbury. C. The Pope. D. The Monarch. Answer. D. The Monarch. The head of the Church of England is the monarch, making the reigning king or queen the supreme governor of the Church. Question 30. What is the significance of the Commonwealth to the UK? A. It is a political union for shared governance. B. A trade and economic bloc. C. A cultural and educational exchange program. D. An association of countries with historical ties to the British Empire that cooperate on mutual interests. Answer. D. An association of countries with historical ties to the British Empire that cooperate on mutual interests. The Commonwealth is a political association of countries, most of which are former territories of the British Empire, that work together on mutual interests like development, democracy, and peace. Question 31. What year did Scotland hold a referendum on independence? A. 1997. B. 2014. C. 2000. D. 1982. Answer. B. 2014. Scotland held a referendum on independence in 2014, where voters decided to remain part of the United Kingdom. Question 32. Name the document that is a cornerstone of uncodified UK Constitution. A. The Bill of Rights 1689. B. The Magna Carta. C. The Act of Union 1707. D. The Declaration of Independence. Answer. A. The Bill of Rights 1689. The Bill of Rights 1689 is a cornerstone document of the uncodified UK Constitution, laying down limits on the powers of the Crown and setting out the rights of Parliament. Question 33. What rights does the Magna Carta guarantee? A. The right to vote. B. Freedom of speech. C. Certain legal rights, including the right to a fair trial. D. The right to bear arms. Answer. C. Certain legal rights, including the right to a fair trial. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, is a landmark document that guaranteed certain legal rights, such as the right to a fair trial and protection from arbitrary imprisonment. Question 34. Who are the UK's national saints, and what days are celebrated in their honour? A. St. George for England, St. Andrew for Scotland, St. David for Wales, and St. Patrick for Ireland. B. St. Peter for England, St. John for Scotland, St. Mark for Wales, and St. Luke for Ireland. C. St. Benedict for England, St. Francis for Scotland, St. Matthew for Wales, and St. James for Ireland. D. St. Michael for England, St. Thomas for Scotland, St. Christopher for Wales, and St. Joseph for Ireland. Answer. A. St. George for England, St. Andrew for Scotland, St. David for Wales, and St. Patrick for Ireland. These saints are celebrated for their contributions and significance to each country within the UK, with special days dedicated in their honour. Question 35. What was the impact of the Black Death on medieval England? A. Increased technological innovation. B. A significant decrease in the population. C. Expansion of the British Empire. D. The introduction of parliamentary democracy. Answer: B. A significant decrease in the population. The Black Death had a devastating impact on medieval England, causing a significant decrease in the population due to the disease's high mortality rate. Question 36. Describe the significance of the Battle of Britain in 1940. A. It marked the start of the British Empire. B. It was the first all-air battle in history, crucial in preventing a Nazi invasion of Britain. C. It led to the signing of the Magna Carta. D. It resulted in Britain adopting the euro. Answer: B. It was the first all-air battle in history, crucial in preventing a Nazi invasion of Britain. The Battle of Britain was significant as it marked a turning point during World War II, showcasing the resilience of the Royal Air Force against the German Luftwaffe. Question 37. What were the main causes of the Industrial Revolution in the UK? A. The discovery of the New World. B. Advances in agricultural practices, an increase in capital and labour availability. C. The signing of the Treaty of Versailles. D. The abolition of the monarchy. Answer: B. Advances in agricultural practices, an increase in capital and labour availability. These factors were crucial in setting the stage for the Industrial Revolution in the UK, leading to unprecedented economic and industrial growth. Question 38. Name the king associated with the Royal Society's founding. A. King Henry VIII. B. King Charles II. C. King Edward III. D. King George III. Answer: B. King Charles II. King Charles II is associated with the founding of the Royal Society, an organization that has played a pivotal role in the advancement of science since its establishment in 1660. Question 39. What event is commemorated by Guy Fawkes Night? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Battle of Hastings. C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. D. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. Answer: C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Guy Fawkes Night commemorates the failure of the Gunpowder Plot, in which Guy Fawkes and other conspirators attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament in 1605. Question 40. What was the purpose of the Statute of Hoodlin in 1284? A. To introduce the English common law system into Wales. B. To establish the Church of England. C. To grant independence to Scotland. D. To end the War of the Roses. Answer: A. To introduce the English common law system into Wales. The Statute of Hoodlin in 1284 was significant for integrating Wales into the legal framework of England, marking a key step in the administrative union between England and Wales. Question 41. In which year was the Act of Union between England and Scotland signed? A. 1603. B. 1707. C. 1801. D. 1536. Answer: B. 1707. The Act of Union between England and Scotland was signed in 1707, officially uniting the two countries into a single kingdom, Great Britain. Question 42. What was the Great Charter of the Liberties? A. The Bill of Rights 1689. B. The Magna Carta. C. The Charter of the Four Saints. D. The Declaration of Arbroath. Answer: B. The Magna Carta. The Great Charter of the Liberties, known as the Magna Carta, was signed in 1215, establishing the principle that everyone, including the king, was subject to the law. Question 43. Who was responsible for the establishment of the Church of England? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King Henry VIII. C. King James I. D. King Edward VI. Answer: B. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII was responsible for the establishment of the Church of England in 1534 after his split from the Roman Catholic Church. Question 44. Name the treaty that concluded the American War of Independence. A. The Treaty of Paris 1783. B. The Treaty of Versailles 1919. C. The Treaty of Ghent 1814. D. The Treaty of Utrecht 1713. Answer: A. The Treaty of Paris 1783. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 concluded the American War of Independence, recognizing the independence of the United States. Question 45. What are the main functions of the British monarchy today? A. Legislative power. B. Judicial authority. C. Ceremonial duties and constitutional roles. D. Direct governance of the country. Answer: C. Ceremonial duties and constitutional roles. The British monarchy today primarily performs ceremonial duties and fulfills constitutional roles without wielding direct political power. Question 46. How does the UK's voting system work for general elections? A. Proportional representation. B. First past the post. C. Single transferable vote. D. Mixed member proportional. Answer: B. First past the post. The UK uses the first past the post voting system for general elections, where the candidate with the most votes in each constituency wins. Question 47. What is the significance of the Battle of Waterloo? A. It ended the 100 Years' War. B. It resulted in the independence of Belgium. C. It marked the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte by the Seventh Coalition. D. It was the starting point of the Industrial Revolution. Answer: C. It marked the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte by the Seventh Coalition. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 was significant as it marked the final defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, ending his rule as Emperor of the French and his influence over Europe. Question 48. Who was the Prime Minister who initiated the welfare state in the UK? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Clement Attlee. C. Winston Churchill. D. Tony Blair. Answer: B. Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee, the Prime Minister after World War II, is credited with initiating the welfare state in the UK, including the establishment of the National Health Service. Question 49. What event led to the extension of the franchise in 1832? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Glorious Revolution. C. The Reform Act 1832. D. The English Civil War. Answer: C. The Reform Act 1832. The Reform Act of 1832, also known as the Representation of the People Act, led to the extension of the franchise by reforming the electoral system of England and Wales. Question 50. Who were the suffragettes and what did they achieve? A. A political party that advocated for the return of the monarchy. B. Female activists who fought for and achieved women's right to vote. C. A group of women who supported the abolition of slavery. D. Nurses who served during World War I. Answer: B. Female activists who fought for and achieved women's right to vote. The suffragettes were a movement of women who campaigned vigorously for women's suffrage, ultimately contributing to women gaining the right to vote. Question 51. What historical figure is known for translating the Bible into English? A. Sir Thomas More. B. William Tyndale. C. Geoffrey Chaucer. D. John Milton. Answer: B. William Tyndale. William Tyndale is known for his work in translating the Bible into English, making it more accessible to the general populace. Question 52. Describe the significance of the Enclosure Acts. A. They initiated the British colonization of America. B. They formalized the education system in England. C. They consolidated small landholdings into larger farms, changing rural society. D. They abolished the feudal system in England. Answer: C. They consolidated small landholdings into larger farms, changing rural society. The Enclosure Acts were significant for transforming agricultural practices and rural society in England by consolidating small landholdings into larger, more efficient farms. Question 53. What was the role of Britain in the slave trade? A. Britain was primarily a battleground for abolition movements. B. Britain played a leading role in the international slave trade until its abolition. C. Britain was the first country to abolish slavery and the slave trade. D. Britain only participated in the slave trade as a colony of the Roman Empire. Answer: B. Britain played a leading role in the international slave trade until its abolition. Britain was one of the leading participants in the slave trade, later becoming a major force in the movement to abolish the slave trade and slavery itself. Question 54. Who was the British monarch during the Golden Age of Exploration? A. Queen Elizabeth, the One Saint. B. King Henry VIII. C. Queen Victoria. D. King James I. Answer: A. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I reigned during the Golden Age of Exploration, a period marked by extensive exploration and maritime discoveries by British explorers. Question 55. What was the purpose of the Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601? A. To establish the Church of England's dominance. B. To provide support for the poor and destitute through local taxation. C. To enforce religious conformity across England. D. To regulate the prices of basic goods. Answer: B. To provide support for the poor and destitute through local taxation. The Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601 established a system where local parishes were responsible for the welfare of the poor, funded by local taxes. Question 56. How did the Great Fire of London impact the city's architecture? A. It led to the widespread use of Gothic architecture. B. It prompted the rebuilding of London with wider streets and brick buildings. C. It resulted in the abandonment of the city by the monarchy. D. It initiated the construction of the London Underground. Answer: B. It prompted the rebuilding of London with wider streets and brick buildings. The Great Fire of London in 1666 led to significant changes in the city's architecture, including the construction of new fire-resistant brick buildings and the widening of streets to prevent future fires. Question 57. What was the main outcome of the Acts of Union 1707? A. The establishment of the Commonwealth. B. The creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. C. The introduction of the euro as the national currency. D. The separation of Ireland from Great Britain. Answer: B. The creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. The Acts of Union 1707 merged the kingdoms of England and Scotland into a single sovereign state, the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 58. Name the battle that ended the War of the Spanish Succession. A. The Battle of Waterloo. B. The Battle of Blenheim. C. The Battle of Trafalgar. D. The Battle of Utrecht. Answer: B. The Battle of Blenheim. The Battle of Blenheim in 1704 was a decisive engagement that marked a turning point in the War of the Spanish Succession, though the war itself concluded with the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713, not a battle. Question 59. What is the royal prerogative? A. The right of the Parliament to govern the country. B. The monarch's personal and discretionary powers. C. The judiciary's authority to interpret the law. D. The Prime Minister's privilege to declare war without Parliament's consent. Answer: B. The monarch's personal and discretionary powers. The royal prerogative encompasses the special privileges and powers reserved for the monarch, such as the granting of honours, mercy, and the conduct of diplomacy. Question 60. How are justices of the Supreme Court of the UK appointed? A. By direct election by the public. B. Through nomination by the Prime Minister and confirmation by the Queen. C. By a selection commission followed by appointment by the monarch. D. By the Lord Chancellor after consultation with the Parliament. Answer: C. By a selection commission followed by appointment by the monarch. Justices of the Supreme Court of the UK are appointed by the monarch on the recommendation of a special selection commission. Question 61. Describe the function of the Cabinet in the UK government. A. To serve as the administrative head of the judiciary. B. To advise the monarch on legislative matters. C. To oversee the daily operations of the royal household. D. To make major government policy and decisions. Answer: D. To make major government policy and decisions. The Cabinet is composed of the Prime Minister and top government ministers, primarily responsible for making significant policy decisions and overseeing the government's operation. Question 62. What was the Beveridge Report and its significance? A. A document that led to the creation of the welfare state in the UK. B. A treaty that ended the War of the Roses. C. A financial plan to address the national debt. D. A military strategy report during World War II. Answer: A. A document that led to the creation of the welfare state in the UK. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, outlined a plan for a comprehensive welfare system, leading to the establishment of the welfare state post-World War II. Question 63. What role did Britain play in the formation of the United Nations? A. Britain was among the countries that proposed the initial idea. B. Britain hosted the first meeting of the UN General Assembly. C. Britain was a temporary member of the Security Council. D. Britain opposed the formation of the United Nations. Answer: A. Britain was among the countries that proposed the initial idea. The United Kingdom was a founding member of the United Nations and played a significant role in its formation and the drafting of its charter in 1945. Question 64. When did the UK first introduce a minimum wage? A. 1909. B. 1948. C. 1999. D. 1963. Answer: C. 1999. The United Kingdom introduced a national minimum wage in 1999, establishing a minimum hourly rate of pay that employers are required to pay their workers. Question 65. What are the legal requirements for marriage in the UK? A. A church ceremony is mandatory. B. Both parties must be at least 16 years old with parental consent up to 18. C. A minimum income threshold must be met. D. Marriage must be arranged by legal authorities. Answer: B. Both parties must be at least 16 years old with parental consent up to 18. In the UK, individuals can marry at 16 with parental consent in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and without parental consent in Scotland. Question 66. What was the impact of the British Empire on the world? A. It significantly reduced global cultural diversity. B. It led to the establishment of the English language and British cultural practices in many regions. C. It decreased international trade. D. It was primarily isolated to the Americas. Answer: B. It led to the establishment of the English language and British cultural practices in many regions. The British Empire had a profound impact on the world by spreading the English language, British cultural practices, and legal systems across its colonies. Question 67. Describe the process of devolution in the UK. A. The transfer of power from local councils to the central government. B. The dissolution of the United Kingdom into independent countries. C. The transfer of certain powers from the UK Parliament to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. D. The process by which the UK left the European Union. Answer: C. The transfer of certain powers from the UK Parliament to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Devolution in the UK refers to the process of decentralising power, allowing Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland to exercise certain degrees of legislative authority independently. Question 68. Who was responsible for the creation of the National Health Service? A. Winston Churchill. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Aneurin Bevan. D. Tony Blair. Answer: C. Aneurin Bevan. Aneurin Bevan, the Minister of Health in the post-World War II Labour government, was primarily responsible for the establishment of the National Health Service, NHS, in 1948. Question 69. What significant legal reform did the Human Rights Act 1998 bring about? A. It established the right to a minimum wage. B. It codified protections against discrimination based on race. C. It incorporated the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. D. It abolished the death penalty in all circumstances. Answer: C. It incorporated the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. The Human Rights Act 1998 was significant for incorporating the rights contained in the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law, allowing UK citizens to defend their rights in UK courts. Question 70. Name the agreements that contributed to the peace process in Northern Ireland. A. The Belfast Agreement. B. The Dublin Accord. C. The London Pact. D. The Edinburgh Treaty. Answer: A. The Belfast Agreement, also known as the Good Friday Agreement. It was a major political development in the Northern Ireland peace process of the late 1990s. Question 71. What are the main sources of law in the UK? A. Statute law, common law, and European Union law. B. The Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights and Royal Decrees. C. Parliamentary Acts, local ordinances, and theocratic laws. D. Constitutional documents, legislative statutes, and judicial opinions. Answer: A. Statute law, common law, and European Union law. These are the main pillars that form the basis of the legal system in the UK, guiding the creation and interpretation of laws. Question 72. Describe the significance of the Council of Europe to the UK. A. It's the main legislative body of the UK. B. It's a body focused on promoting human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. C. It governs the UK's monetary policy. D. It's responsible for the defence of the UK. Answer: B. It's a body focused on promoting human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. The Council of Europe, which the UK is a member of, plays a crucial role in promoting these fundamental principles among its member states. Question 73. What is the purpose of the Magna Carta in modern UK law? A. To serve as the Constitution of the UK. B. To outline the rights of the monarchy. C. To provide a historical document for tourists. D. To symbolize the principle that everyone is subject to the law. Answer. D. To symbolize the principle that everyone is subject to the law. The Magna Carta is revered as a symbol of the fundamental principle that everyone, including the monarch, is subject to the law. Question 74. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the UK? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Theresa May. C. Elizabeth II. D. Indira Gandhi. Answer. A. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first woman to hold the office of Prime Minister in the United Kingdom, serving from 1979 to 1990. Question 75. How does the UK Parliament scrutinise the government? A. Through public referendums on government policies. B. By judicial review of legislative acts. C. Through debates questioning ministers and select committees. D. Solely by the Prime Minister's oversight. Answer. C. Through debates questioning ministers and select committees. The UK Parliament scrutinises the government by holding debates, questioning ministers, and utilising select committees to examine policies and administration. Question 76. What was the impact of World War II on the British Empire? A. It significantly expanded the British Empire. B. It led to the rapid decolonisation of the empire. C. It had no significant impact. D. It resulted in the UK adopting the euro. Answer. B. It led to the rapid decolonisation of the empire. The aftermath of World War II accelerated the process of decolonisation, leading to the independence of many territories formerly under British rule. Question 77. Describe the UK's role in the European Union before Brexit. A. The UK was the leading member and main decision-maker. B. The UK had no influence and was merely a nominal member. C. The UK was a member with opt-outs from certain policies, including the Euro and Schengen area. D. The UK was responsible for military defence of the EU. Answer. C. The UK was a member with opt-outs from certain policies, including the Euro and Schengen area. Before Brexit, the UK participated in the EU, but chose to opt out of certain policies such as the euro currency and the Schengen area. Question 78. What reforms did the Constitutional Reform Act 2005 introduce? A. It abolished the role of the monarchy. B. It established the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. C. It introduced the euro as the UK's currency. D. It merged England and Scotland into a single legal jurisdiction. Answer. B. It established the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. The Constitutional Reform Act 2005 introduced several significant reforms, including the establishment of the Supreme Court of the UK, which assumed the judicial functions of the House of Lords. Question 79. How is the Speaker of the House of Commons chosen? A. By direct public election. B. By appointment by the Prime Minister. C. By a vote among members of Parliament. D. By hereditary succession. Answer. C. By a vote among members of Parliament. The Speaker of the House of Commons is elected by members of Parliament through a vote, serving as an impartial arbiter of debates and ensuring the orderly conduct of parliamentary business. Question 80. What is the significance of the Commonwealth Games? A. It's a sporting competition open only to the UK and its territories. B. It's a global Olympic event held every 4 years. C. It's an international multi-sport event involving athletes from the Commonwealth of Nations. D. It serves as the primary method for selecting athletes for the UK national team. Answer: C. It's an international multi-sport event involving athletes from the Commonwealth of Nations. The Commonwealth Games are significant as they foster a sense of community and friendly competition among the member states of the Commonwealth. Question 81. How did the Industrial Revolution change British society? A. It led to a decline in urban population. B. It caused a decrease in the importance of agriculture. C. It diminished the role of technology in daily life. D. It reduced the economic gap between the rich and the poor. Answer: B. It caused a decrease in the importance of agriculture. The Industrial Revolution fundamentally changed British society by shifting the emphasis from agriculture to industry, leading to urbanization, technological advancements, and changes in the labour market. Question 82. What is the special relationship between the UK and the USA? A. A formal alliance for mutual defence. B. A historical rivalry in sports. C. A close political, diplomatic, cultural and historical partnership. D. A trade agreement that allows free movement between the two countries. Answer: C. A close political, diplomatic, cultural and historical partnership. The special relationship refers to the exceptionally close and cooperative relationship between the UK and the USA, characterized by shared values, histories, and political goals. Question 83. Name the British scientist who contributed to the discovery of DNA's structure. A. Isaac Newton. B. Charles Darwin. C. Francis Crick. D. Stephen Hawking. Answer: C. Francis Crick. Francis Crick, along with James Watson and Rosalind Franklin, played a crucial role in understanding the double helix structure of DNA, a milestone in the field of genetics and molecular biology. Question 84. Who was the longest reigning monarch in British history? A. Queen Elizabeth II. B. Queen Victoria. C. King George III. D. King Henry VIII. Answer: A. Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II became the longest reigning monarch in British history, surpassing the reign of her great-great-grandmother Queen Victoria. Question 85. Describe the significance of the Battle of Hastings. A. It confirmed Viking rule over England. B. It was the final battle of the English Civil War. C. It marked the beginning of Norman conquest and rule in England. D. It led to the independence of Scotland from England. Answer: C. It marked the beginning of Norman conquest and rule in England. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was a pivotal moment in English history, leading to Norman control of England and significant cultural and political changes. Question 86. What led to the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland? A. The Act of Union 1707 between England and Scotland. B. The Act of Union 1800 adding Ireland to Great Britain. C. The Norman conquest of England. D. The Magna Carta. Answer: B. The Act of Union 1800 adding Ireland to Great Britain led to the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, which became the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland following the partition of Ireland in 1921. Question 87. What is the significance of Hadrian's Wall? A. It was the first structure on the Moon built by astronauts. B. It marked the boundary between Roman Britain and the Pictish tribes of Scotland. C. It was a defensive fortification in the Roman province of Britannia. D. Both B and C are correct. Answer: D. Both B and C are correct. Hadrian's Wall was a defensive fortification in Roman Britain, marking the northern limit of the Roman Empire and separating Roman territory from the Pictish tribes in Scotland. Question 88. Who was the British monarch during the era of splendid isolation? A. Queen Elizabeth, the One Saint. B. Queen Victoria. C. King George V. D. King Edward VII. Answer: B. Queen Victoria. The term splendid isolation refers to the late 19th century British foreign policy stance under Queen Victoria, characterized by a deliberate avoidance of major alliances. Question 89. What major event did the Munich Agreement precede? A. The end of World War I. B. The start of World War II. C. The signing of the Treaty of Versailles. D. The formation of the United Nations. Answer: B. The start of World War II. The Munich Agreement, signed in 1938 in an attempt to appease Hitler by allowing Nazi Germany to annex the Sudetenland, preceded the start of World War II. Question 90. How did the British government respond to the Great Depression? A. By adopting a policy of laissez-faire. B. By joining the European Union. C. By implementing Keynesian economic policies. D. By nationalizing key industries. Answer: C. By implementing Keynesian economic policies. The British government responded to the Great Depression by eventually adopting Keynesian economic policies, which involved increased public spending to stimulate economic growth. Question 91. What is the significance of the Suez Crisis in British history? A. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. B. It was the last time the guillotine was used in Britain. C. It highlighted the decline of British imperial power. D. It led to the adoption of the euro in the UK. Answer: C. It highlighted the decline of British imperial power. The Suez Crisis of 1956 was a pivotal event that underscored the limitations of Britain's ability to act independently on the world stage and signaled the decline of its imperial power. Question 92. Who were the Picts and what role did they play in British history? A. A political party that advocated for women's suffrage. B. Ancient inhabitants of Scotland who fought against Roman and Anglo-Saxon invasions. C. The first settlers of Britain, known for their stone monuments. D. Viking invaders who settled in the north of England. Answer: B. Ancient inhabitants of Scotland who fought against Roman and Anglo-Saxon invasions. The Picts were a group of Celtic-speaking people who lived in what is today eastern and northern Scotland during the late Iron Age and early medieval periods. Question 93. Describe the impact of the Norman conquest on the English language. A. It led to the extinction of the English language. B. It introduced a significant number of French words into English. C. It standardized English spelling. D. It replaced English with Latin as the language of government. Answer: B. It introduced a significant number of French words into English. The Norman conquest of 1066 had a profound impact on the English language, introducing French vocabulary and influencing the development of Middle English. Question 94. What was the purpose of the Domesday Book? A. To record the outcomes of all legal proceedings in England. B. To serve as a manual for conquering Wales. C. To assess the tax liability of lands held by William the Conqueror's subjects. D. To catalogue all the churches in England. Answer: C. To assess the tax liability of lands held by William the Conqueror's subjects. The Domesday Book, commissioned by William the Conqueror in 1086, was a comprehensive record of lands and resources in England to determine tax liabilities. Question 95. How has the role of the monarchy in the UK changed over time? A. It has gained more direct control over government. B. It has transitioned from absolute to constitutional monarchy. C. The monarchy has been abolished and then reinstated. D. It has remained unchanged since the medieval period. Answer: B. It has transitioned from absolute to constitutional monarchy. Over time, the role of the monarchy in the UK has evolved from wielding absolute power to functioning within a constitutional framework, with the monarch having ceremonial duties and limited political power. Question 96. Describe the key features of the British political system. A. A single-party system with a ceremonial president. B. A federal system with a powerful central government. C. A constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democracy. D. A direct democracy with citizens voting on all laws. Answer: C. A constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democracy. The British political system is characterized by its structure as a constitutional monarchy, where the monarch has ceremonial roles, and a parliamentary democracy, where elected officials govern the country. Question 97. What was the significance of the Battle of Agincourt? A. It was a decisive victory in the 100 Years' War that established English dominance in France. B. It marked the end of the Viking Age in Britain. C. It was the final battle that led to the independence of Scotland. D. It initiated the War of the Roses. Answer: A. It was a decisive victory in the 100 Years' War that established English dominance in France. The Battle of Agincourt in 1415 was a major English victory against a numerically superior French army, celebrated for the effectiveness of the English longbow. Question 98. How did the Glorious Revolution affect the British colonies in America? A. It led to the immediate independence of all British colonies in America. B. It reinforced the power of the monarchy over the colonies. C. It resulted in the imposition of the Stamp Act. D. It had a profound influence on colonial political ideas and practices, promoting constitutional government. Answer: D. It had a profound influence on colonial political ideas and practices, promoting constitutional government. The Glorious Revolution of 1688, which established parliamentary supremacy in England, also impacted the American colonies by reinforcing principles of constitutional government and rights that would later influence the American Revolution. Question 99. What role did Britain play in the development of parliamentary democracy? A. Britain was the birthplace of parliamentary democracy, with institutions and practices that have influenced democracies worldwide. B. Britain observed and adopted the system from ancient Greek civilizations. C. Britain played a minor role, with parliamentary democracy independently developing in other nations. D. Britain actively discouraged the spread of parliamentary democracy until the 20th century. Answer: A. Britain was the birthplace of parliamentary democracy, with institutions and practices that have influenced democracies worldwide. The development and evolution of the British Parliament have had a profound impact on the establishment and spread of parliamentary systems globally. Question 100. Describe the cultural impact of the British Empire on its colonies. A. The Empire had no significant cultural impact on its colonies. B. The British Empire's cultural impact was limited to the English language. C. The Empire imposed British culture, legal systems, and language, while also facilitating the exchange of ideas and traditions. D. The British Empire solely extracted resources without any cultural exchanges. Answer: C. The Empire imposed British culture, legal systems, and language, while also facilitating the exchange of ideas and traditions. The cultural impact of the British Empire on its colonies was profound, with lasting effects on language, administration, legal systems, sports, and other aspects of culture in former colonies.